Welcome to the audience. I'm back with today's hot news. Right now, we're going to dig together for a new wave of fraud. Comes from China, are quietly infiltrating Vietnam. We're not talking about old tricks. It's the finely orchestrated tricks. To make even the most alert, it can also be trapped. Tonight's news will expose this shocking truth and provide you with the essential information to protect ourselves. Recently, Komori prestigious early childhood education center chain. It's a name associated with faith and the hopes of so many Chinese parents, a bright future for your children. It's become a terrifying obsession. From the end of 2023 to the 24th of March 2024, this prestigious chain of early education centers has taken turns collapsing across China, tug under series Chinese family, and the spiral of despair. On March 19, BA Komori branch in Nanjing suddenly closed. The central door was a place that used to be filled with children's laughter. It's now locked in cold, inside is empty, there are only toys left. As evidence of a blatant betrayal. On the door a hastily pasted letter to parents, as a bitter mockery, for the miserable victims. Gao is a parent with a child who studied at Komori. Choked to share. My child still has more than 10 lessons, the amount of tuition is not small. But compared to others, I'm still luckier. There are families who have just paid. Before I could go to school, the center was gone. It was just 2 days before it closed. Komori is still trying to trap parents with these terrible promotions and use the trick of grabbing the last few coins before Sal runs away. 23rd p.m. Komori representative posted the solution outline in the group. They suggested that the first solution was a refund. After determining the refund amount, they'll start refunding in turn. If all parents choose to refund, in the most ideal circumstances, they can pay RMB 1 million per year, return the money at this rate. Wait until all your children become fathers. Money may not be returned. The second is the fundraising classes. Community parents need to start raising their own funds, recruiting teachers to continue teaching. The third is class division. If both sides agree, students may move somewhere else to continue participating in the class. They also said, currently the capital chain of Nanjing Gimori has been completely broken. The same tragedy happened again in Guangzhou on April 13. When the 4 Komori facilities simultaneously disappeared, these are not random events. It's a well-thought-out plan. Bearing the hallmark of a fraudulent organization, are master con artists. The rogue organization is the AI. They're professionals in staging a closure scenario, help businesses avoid debt, and at the same time diffuse public opinion that covers up the truth. They act as a third party pretending to stand out. But he's actually an accomplice in a fraud scheme. The reporter approached a scammer surnamed Yang. She didn't hesitate, discovered the secret to helping businesses close smoothly, at a price of 4 million. She also assured, the company will not be responsible for any legal. That's because all the procedures are in place. Before closing, Komori establishments often launch promotional tricks, shock to pickpocket parents. The last time they quickly transferred ownership, change of legal representative, to make the innocent a victim of the consequences. Li Zhen 70 years old, from a village in Shenyang in Liaoning province, and Chong Sung Sen, 53 years old from a village in Guangdong. It's two of those surrogates. They suddenly become Komori's legal representatives, in Beijing, Tianjin, Shanghai, without even knowing that you're being taken advantage of. Hundreds of Chinese families are screaming, reclaiming justice. But in the face of the cunning sophistication of these scammers, their search for justice is a long way off. Recently 14/3, more than 40 people were injured by a police officer. After nearly 2 years of debt, has uncovered part of this grisly truth, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Behind it is a sophisticated fraud system. It's organized, acts as a consumer blood-sucking machine. Chinese liver lawyer, the person directly involved in the case was helpless. They're too smart to transfer shares early. It's like finding a needle at the bottom of a tank. Even if it goes to court, I don't know if they want to do business or not, or just want to steal money. Then the current punishment is too light. It's like breaking an itch for people who've plundered hundreds, even billions of dollars. They have nothing to lose and consumers lose everything. You can imagine with just a few years of litigation, it's mostly in the black book. They've changed their lives with the money of their miserable victims. It's a good bet for the dishonest. And to serve this dark conspiracy, a new industry was born. The fraud industry. They've professionalized fraud. Help the owners wash their sword guards safely. He left behind a grudge. Unmasking the evil scam process, 3 to 6 months before going down. The boys are bloodthirsty predators who will appear. They survey and evaluate and then price the mission. Service charges will range 10-5% of total debt. When you sign a contract, they're going to change forever. Take over the store, then change the legal representative, and reduce charter capital, and they've been in business for 3 to 6 months. Pretend like nothing ever happened. Create the perfect cover before suddenly declaring bankruptcy. At this point, the victim fell to the ground. Not only that, but there are even more evil scammers. Year-end bonus party, to pluck the customer's hair to the bone. They even set up a refund group. Make a sweet trap to keep cheating, the gullible prey. It's so cruel. This industry is growing like a storm. In 2020, so far, there's been a separate entry in the encyclopedia. They have their own progression system. The division of labor is clear and the subordinates are predatory. Debt is in the name of the Logistics Supervision Agency, money laundering litigation management, a complete criminal supply chain. It makes people shiver. We are living in a world that trickery is professionalized, it's organized like a real business. And what's more terrifying is that they're too smart. They only choose small shops with moderate debt. To avoid the attention of public opinion and authorities, when accused, they'll use juicy words to ease procrastination. To be exemplary citizens willing to cooperate, that attitude is better than the bosses who actually run away. A heartbreaking ironic truth, Ms. Jiang's story, preschool director and Mr. Huang Jiang, trainer to gym, it's just two. Among the thousands of victims of human frauds, bloodthirsty they were spectacularly fooled, lost money and effort. The fan's sarcastic confession, a 28-year-old crook who startled us all the more. Who also thinks, what I'm doing is not a human thing. What's worrying is, this scam model can absolutely break into Vietnam. With sophisticated tricks and fearsome professionalism. The fraud industry, it can have unintended consequences for the market. Vietnam, we need to be vigilant. Find out more about the business facilities before deciding to use the service, especially the services required a large amount of money in advance. At the same time, authorities need to take preventive measures and handle strictly to stop this nightmare from spilling over into Vietnam. What do you think about this problem? Material. Vietnam is ready to face new types of scammers, or not? Please leave us a comment below the comments section. Don't forget to follow along so you don't miss out the next hot news.